right, sorry about that. That's one of my little connection problems right now. I do apologize. I'll put the second video up of the second camera, which sucks. My connection is bad right now. So, all right, welcome to Deep Dish Football Live. This is Coach Big Pete. Week 5. Last night talked about some of the stories and everything else. Now it's time to go through some of the games. Just a reminder, sponsors for tonight. Of course, Smoothing Sports in Frankfort, Illinois. Check them out. Melissa does a great job. Melissa, Frankfort, Illinois. Smoothing Sports. Check them out. Details, jerseys, everything else. Check them out. Smoothing Sports, Frankfort, Illinois. Give them a check out. They're also on Facebook and Twitter too. That's Smoothing Sports. They're the best. Also, on the right-hand section, and if this is the second video too, feel free to leave a tip or a donation for the video and the work. It is greatly appreciated, and I do thank you guys. Most of the money goes towards gas and everything else. Thank you so much, and I do appreciate it. Let's see. There's one more thing I want to talk about. Deep Dish Football Game of the Week this Friday night. Tomorrow will be Linden Bloom versus Walter Payne Prep. The game is at 4:30. I might stop by another game later that night. Just to warn you guys, I might stop by a game later that night just to warn you guys, okay? Also, by the way, still looking for advertisers, sponsors. If interested, please give me a contact email. My email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com. Still looking for sponsors, advertisers. If you're interested, please feel free to send an email. Have your product, your business featured on everything. T-shirts, videos, articles, and everything else. It's a good way to get your business out locally and statewide too. So just give me a email if you're interested at coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com. If you can't give a donation, can't give a tip, can't do anything like that, just mention to a local business owner, hey, check this guy out. He's looking for sponsors and partnerships. Coach Big Pete, Deep Dish Football, Peter Lineover, deepdishfootball.com. Quick reminder too, tonight at November, the last week of November, Monday, Matt Lemming, Prep Insider, future of Illinois football, great guy, is having his last chance for class of 2018 senior showcase. Check it out. If you don't have an offer, there's going to be college coaches there. It is the best in the state of Illinois. The best. It's not a commercial. None of that BS. None of that crap. None of that fake BS. None of that other crap. This is the best. Literally the best. So check it out. And I'm coming out of retirement for one day only to do a few line things. And hopefully I don't stink up the place as a coach. But just to warn you guys, okay? All right, let's begin. So far, Lincoln Way Central versus Lincoln Way East is tomorrow. Lincoln Way East, again, is basically an oncoming train of talent and momentum, ready to clash head-on with Homewood Flossmoor, another dangerous team. In the coming, I think it's next week, if I'm not mistaken. I think next week they play home with Flossmoor. Lincoln Way East can't overlook Lincoln Way Central. Lincoln Way Central's got that diabolical run offense that Coach Cordell does. So it's going to be a tough game, a tough fought game. If Lincoln Way East doesn't overlook Lincoln Way Central, they can win the game. But if they do, it's going to be a long night for Lincoln Way East. Simple as that. Huge night, long night for Lincoln Way East. So it's one of my games to keep a close eye on. Next one, Peoria Richwoods versus Nortmal. Nortmal's group of defensive ends, rush ends, and athletes have surprised me these past weeks. Peoria Richwoods is looking good with Streetermeyer at quarterback. Nall at running back. They have two good running backs, good tight end at Peoria Richwoods. But the main thing is Streetmeyer. He had one game. I think it was like 8. He threw for 8 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. But he's looking great. ISU's already offering a player walk on. Expect more to come from this young man. Keen Streetmeyer does a hell of a job. But Peoria Richwoods versus Nortmal is a game to look out for. Next game, Carmel White versus Fairfield. Black Diamond Conference game. Keeping a close eye for Carmel White. Carmel White needs this win. Fairfield also needs this win. It's going to be a hell of a game. Small school game. And like I said, I'm expecting a team from Black Diamond to go far. Just got the feeling. Now, Mt Carmel versus St.Rita. Again, big rivalry game. I got to give it to Mt Carmel. They are the better team. They have found a way to replace the players that have left to others to go to other schools, and they have gone and have graduated in that. Mt Carmel's doing a great job. You got to take your hats off to Frank Letty. St.Rita, Childers at running back, a couple few athletes in the offensive line, but I still have to give it to Mt Carmel. It is a very highly fought out rivalry game, but I'm still going to have to give it to Mt Carmel. I really do think, what's his name? Athletic, their quarterback / athlete. He's unbelievable. They have a great young junior offensive lineman. It's just looking like another great year for Mount Carmel football. And this is the weird thing too. A lot of people are sleeping on Mount Carmel football. I know it's a power, but a lot of people are sleeping on Mount Carmel football. And that's scary when you sleep on Mount Carmel football. So watch out for them in Mount Carmel football. Also, I'd have to say too, St.Rita, they lost some tough games. And they're looking to get back in the seat. So they need to, of course, they need to beat Mount Carmel. And this is week 5. Week 5, week 6. Week 5, there's not that many big games, but week 5 and week 6 have been known for a lot of upsets, a lot of big upsets, games that we didn't see coming, and this is a perfect week for them. Also want to talk to, someone asked me, are private schools losing their zing against public schools? And yes, they are. The field is leveling off against public and private schools. There's no doubt about it. You can see it. It used to be a tradition of poor immigrant families. They would send their kids to private schools because those were schools that they were used to when they were back in Europe and everything else. This what I'm talking about back in the day, and the future generations would send their kids to those schools. But right now, some of the private schools have gotten a little bit hoity-toity, and basically have snubbed their nose at some of the lower and working class families in the Chicagoland area, and that's no shocker. That's no surprise. It's sad, but it's the sign of the times. You also have families that don't put that much value into a private school religious education. They'd rather see their kid in a public education. Those are the signs of the times. Simple as that. You're seeing a lot of private schools close down. There's going to be more private schools that are going to close down. No doubt about it. They're in the red. It is what it is. It's a sad state of times, but you got to understand, it's the future, and we are a society that is moving towards the future. There's nothing you can do about it. Simple as that. But private schools are losing their zing. They're not getting the athletes, and public schools too. They're not getting the top 10% of the athletes in the schools are not playing football. I'm just saying it right now. I'm telling you that right now. The top 10 athletes are not playing football, and I've said this before. If Proviso East top athletes were playing football, Proviso East would be a state power, maybe even a national power. That's just the truth. Also, Proviso West. It's the truth. Sorry about that. Especially in some of those Chicago public schools, too. I mean, if you look at some of the small schools out west, some of their top kids are not playing football. You look at Seneca's top athletes are not playing football. Lyle, a school I coach, Westmont. Westmont's not even getting their top 30% athletes playing football. So it is what it is. You got to defeat the stigma of a concussion, and that's the hardest stigma that you can defeat. And there's a lot of people that want to see football fail, and it's happy days for them. Simple as that. It is what it is. So let's get back. Member sponsors and tips, please. If still looking for sponsors, looking for sponsors for this show are Moving Sports in Frankfort, Illinois. Tips and donations, feel free. It's in the little thing. I'll put it in the second video too. Feel free to leave a tip or donation towards my work. I really do appreciate it. And please, if you can't or any of that, please just let a local business or a company or a brand just say, hey, watch out for this guy. He does a lot of the videos. Have your product and business featured here. Please give him a little bit of advice or something, a little bit of a point saying, Coach Big Pete, deep this football. My email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com. Okay, let's get started again. Wheaton North versus Lake Park. The battle of the sort of surprise teams that need to win. Lake Park needs to win. So does Wheaton North need to win too. It's going to be a very interesting game. Wheaton North with that smash mouth Lake Park with that great defense, great backfield, and good group of wide receivers too. Great group of athletes on the secondary spot too. Coach Rose doing a hell of a job with Lake Park. I hope that's going to be a game to watch. Wheaton North versus Lake Park is definitely a game to watch. Next one, Herscher versus Coal City. Herscher. This is the weird thing. I have Herscher right now. Herscher is 4A. Herscher has a chance of being the third best 4A team in the state. No doubt about it. But I said this before. Watch out for Coal City. Coal City plays football like Morris, Wilmington, those type of teams. They play smash mouth football, gang tackling football, hit somebody till the whistle blows. And that's Coal City football. That's Coal City football in a nutshell. They are a bunch of tough SOBs. Coal City football is dangerous football. It is dangerous football. And that's what makes them so good. One person goes down, another person off the bench goes up again. That's Coal City football. You can't ever doubt Coal City football. That's what it's like. Just a bunch of tough-nosed kids. Simple as that. Herscher, they got a great group of athletes. Anthony Cordina, Tyler Stewart. Great. They have a great offensive line. It's going to be a hell of a game. Herscher, Coal City, check it out. Great game. Check it out. And it's basically the Interstate 8 large championship game. Also, Nazareth versus Benet. Benet always plays Nazareth hard. This is a great game for Nazareth to play. This is because they're going against a team that they know they're much talented against. But it's a team, Benet. Great group of players on that Benet roster. Watch out, especially Eschenbach for Benet. But that's a good game, and they will test the linebackers of Nazareth Academy. It's going to be a huge game. Next one, St. Edward's versus IC. Great game. It's sort of a challenging piece for IC and St. Edward's in the Metro. It's a good game to watch, especially with St. Edward's. Dylan Milorinich is a good guy to watch. IC, Sanders, both the brothers Sanders. Kobe Reed, defensive tackle. All those guys. It's going to be a great game. Misovic, center. It's a good game to watch. Look out for it. St. Edward's versus IC. Watch out for it. All right. Next game. St.Rita versus Eltoff Catholic. Now that's a hell of a game. This is a perfect test for St.Rita. Eltoff Catholic, if I'm not mistaken, is undefeated. I think Eltoff Catholic's undefeated. St.Rita, the quarterback, Coach Bresson, that team. I really do like St.Rita, but Eltoff Catholic is unbelievable. They keep finding a way to restock their team full of good kids. They have a great group of young kids, Eltoff Catholic. It's just amazing how much talent Eltoff Catholic has, especially with the strong kids. So it's going to be a good game to look out for. Week 5 IHSA football. My last game, Palinfield Central versus Minooka. Palinfield Central versus Minooka. This is a huge game in, I think it's the Prairie Southwest Conference. Huge game. Palinfield Central is riding high right now. They're a team on a mission. They want to prove history wrong. So does Minooka. You got Terry McCombs, who's doing a great job. They upsetted Plainfield North. They deserve a lot of respect for that, Minooka. A lot of respect. It's going to be a hell of a game. I wish I could see it. Plainfield Central deserves all the accolades, and so does Minooka for what that team does. It's going to be a great game. Check it out this week. Week 5 IHSA football. All right. Now we're done with the games. Just go over a couple few things too. One, and I really do want to discuss this week, week 5. A little bit into week 6, but week 5. We are going to see probably 20 games. There'll be 20 games where we will notice there being upsets. And teams that are still under 500 that are ready. They just got to 500. No, well, actually, they won't get to 500 because it's week 5. If they got over 500, it's a good thing to watch because those are the teams that are scary. Because when they warm up and they get into week 1 of playoffs, you don't want to face them. That's the scary part of those IHSA football teams. You're talking 3A, 4A, 5A. Those teams that warm up are scary. 7A, 8A is a little bit tougher. But the classes that I said, those mid-lower classes, when they warm up, they are scary. And those are the teams to watch after week 5. Okay, also remember nominations this Saturday at 11 o'clock. Nominate your game for Deep Dish Football Game Week with the hashtag Deep Dish Football. Come see our game. Use the hashtag Deep Dish Football. Come see our game. That's all you have to do. Deep Dish Football. Come see our game. Hashtag. Also, week 9 is Central Illinois only. I'm going down to Central Illinois. Week 9, Deep Dish Football, game of the week. Week 9, it's only Central Illinois. I'm going down to Central Illinois. Deep Dish Football road trip back down to Central Illinois. Love the place, love the people. They've always been strong supporters of Deep Dish Football. And my hat's off to them. Also, this has been sponsored by Smoothing Sports in Frankfort, Illinois. Also, go to deepdishfootball.com. Follow me on Coach Big Pete. Also, follow Deep Dish Football on Twitter and Facebook. Please subscribe to the Deep Dish Football Coach Big Pete YouTube channel. Also, please go follow me on Instagram, Coach Big Pete. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Again, my email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Any businesses, people that want to advertise on this, all the social media formats for Deep Dish Football, Coach Big Pete, even the Wing Report, please send me email, coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. You will get featured everywhere and anywhere, your brand, your product, and you. So, just let you guys know. So, that's about it. This is Deep Dish Football sort of live because my connection was sort of bad. I do apologize to all of you. 9 a.m. is Breakfast with Coach Big Pete every Saturday. I will see you at Linden Bloom versus Walter Payne and Prep tomorrow. Deep Dish Football game of the week. It's going to be a hell of a game. Chicago Public School game. I'm excited. Deep Dish football is coming back home to Chicago. You gotta love it. Simple as that. The second city. You gotta love it. So, as I say to everyone, and this is the last Deep Dish Football Live before Week 5 begins tomorrow. It already has begun today because of the games. But tomorrow, have a lovely night. See you tomorrow.